landing yourself here, landing your mind, your emotions. Inhale, inflate the balloon of your belly. Inhale, lift up your rib cage. Make a pause. And exhale down. Navel in. Inhale, expand your belly. Lift up. Pause. And exhale down. Navel in. I mean, for visualize more better, I will show my abdomen so you can see what is happening. So inhale, inflate your diaphragm, the belly. Lift up your rib cage without moving your shoulders, expanding the space in the intercostals, making space. You give a pause and exhale down. Navel in. And now we will add some movement here. So inhale, lift up, exhale down. Navel in. And squeeze your genitals and your hands. So working with the pelvic floor at the same time. Working with the lower chakras, with the root chakra. Inhale. Lift up. And imagine that you're expanding yourself, that you are growing the upper chambers. You're growing in your core area. Exhale down. Navel in. And squeeze your genitals and your arms. Taking your hands. Shaking your elbows, shaking up, and inhale up, exhale, hovering and scanning your face, your throat, your chest, your abdomen. Inhale down, exhale out. Inhale up. And now hovering in the front, exhale. So you're opening your sacral space, your luminal field. Inhale up. And exhale, opening your luminal field. Inhale out. And exhale, hovering behind your head, in your neck. Now you are taking a shower with your energy and coming back to center, to your heart. Bring an intention, your own intention to this practice. The mantra today is balance. How you balance your life, how you balance your emotions, how you balance your time, your energy. Inhale up. And exhale, open your luminous field. Inhale up. And now use a block in the right hand. Drop your shoulders away of your ears. And now leaning to the side. You use the block in the medium height or maybe more. And you are leaning to that side, but elongating your spine. So not compromising your spine for going more deep. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And bring that sensation of the full breathing. So you are expanding your belly, lifting up your rib cage, and exhale down. Navel in. Inhale up. Lift up. Exhale down. Navel in. And inhale up. Now use a block in the opposite side. And let's move to the other side. Leaning. Growing your spine and enter in the pose Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale, expanding your belly. Lift up your rib cage. Make a pause. Exhale down. Navel in. Make a pause. And inhale up. Now walking your hands in spider fingers to the front. You can use a block to support your forehead, or you can land completely your forehead in the ground. And now breathing in your lower back, expanding your lower back, creating more space. Inhale deeply and exhale. Surrendering. There are times to surrender and there are times to take actions. There are times to be yin and take action, and there are times to be yin and surrender. The balance of the duality. Walk your hands towards yourself. Inhale up. Drop your shoulders away of your ears, and now bring your hands behind. Inhale. Lift up your rib cage, and if it's safe for you, bring your chin up. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe. Come back to center. Bring your chin towards your chest and come back to center. Bring your right ears towards your right shoulder without moving your shoulder. And now say an stop with your left hand. Connect the energy of your left arm with your throat. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Inhale up. And now use your right hand to sustain your left wrist and move it to your right side. Inhale. Exhale. Close your eyes and start to surrender in creating a space. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back to center. And now moving to the opposite side. So we are settling down, bringing your left ear towards your left shoulder and saying stop with your right hand. Inhale deeply and exhale. And start to identify the space that is created in your right side of your neck. Inhale deeply and exhale. Connecting the energy of your right arm with your throat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. And now use your left hand in your right wrist and move it to the opposite side. Keeping at the same time your back straight, shoulders away of your ears. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Use your breathing to connect deeply with what is happening in your body, what space you are creating, what freedom How is you are balancing yourself? Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, open your luminous field, like expanding your arms. Lengthening your legs out. Pointing and flexing, pointing and flexing. External rotation, internal rotation. Lifting your tailbones. And maybe using a blanket if your back is rounding. I would always like to use support. And now we will inhale up. Use the block if you want to. And you will put the block in the medium high or your calf. Inhale up and exhale down. Maybe bending your knees, holding your toes. Inhaling deeply and exhale. And start to surrender more in this pose. Find a moment where your muscles are not active, are surrendered completely, and you're finding the edge of discomfort. And you can hold there. Son of Yin flavor in this class. The principles of Yin Yoga is about to work with the deep connective tissue, finding a first step, the discomfort in the edge case, not the pain but discomfort, then relaxing the muscles, not moving the muscles anymore when you engage in the pose, and then staying there for a long period of time, allowing the gravity to do the big job, to work with your joints, your ligaments, your bones. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale deeply and exhale. And for coming up to the pose, bend your knees and bring it in butterfly, supine butterfly, bringing the soles of your feet together. Inhale deeply and growing your spine. And exhale. Maybe just movement, some Jen here, working with the muscles, or just staying there. Which flavor you will adopt? The Jen, working with the movement and activating the muscles, or the Yin, just surrender there in the balance. Lengthening your legs out again. Pointing and flexing, pointing and flexing. Now bend your right knee in and growing your tailbones. And you can use the block in the inner side or the outer side. You will inhale up. Rotate your chest to the side and landing in the block, your forearm, growing in your spine. Or maybe you can transition from the block to touch your toes and grow in your back. Inhale deeply and exhale. Finding more space. Close your eyes if it's available for you and start to connect with yourself. Be an observer, a student of yourself. Learn from your reactions. Be an observer. What triggers you in your life? What takes you out of your peace and steadiness? Is the balance between steadiness and change and movement, between yin and yang. Exhale, bring your right hand in your supine area and go more deep in the twist, opening your chest. And be there. Relax your kneecap. And come back to center. Lengthening your legs, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Pointing and flexing, and now bending your left knee in, using the block in the opposite side. In the medium high or on the high sides of the block. Inhale up. Drop your shoulders away of your ears, and now rotating your chest to the left, landing in the block, your forearm, or landing in your toes, growing over your tailbones, expanding. Inhale deeply, and exhale. Breathe at your own pace. Connect with your breathing. What is your holding in your breathing? What areas of your body are still holding while you are breathing? And create more space. Release. Creating more space for balance. Too much or less or something is imbalance. That's the search of our life, finding the balance. Bring your left hand in your supine areas and move more deep in the twist. If it's a label for you, one of the principles of yoga, ahimsa, non-violence, connecting with yourself, nurturing yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, what you consume for surrounding. What you watch in the TV, what you watch in the news. Are you consuming violence? What you are broadcasting with your mouth, what you're listening with your ears and your eyes. We don't only eat food, we eat everything that we interact with. Inhale up. And exhale, open your luminal field. Lengthening out the legs, bringing it together, pointing and flexing. And now we are moving to all four, using the blanket to support your knees. So use a blanket. This is always important, your safety and to take care of yourself. It's bringing your wrists below your shoulders, your knees below your hips, and expanding out your fingers. So all the pressure is not in your wrist, but in all the hand. And then dropping down your belly, tailbones to the sky, chin up, inhale. Exhale, bringing your chin towards your chest, navel towards your spine, pelvis pointing to the ground in cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. Inhaling cow. Exhaling cat. And maybe you decide to stand in one of the poses. Maybe you are in cow because your body is asking to, or maybe you are in cat. Listen your body. Come back to center and step back your right leg. Gaze into the ground, engage your lower back muscles. And when you find the balance, bring your left arm forward. Inhale, lift up opposite limbs that they are connected, and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. And imagine this as a ritual. Find the balance and the movement of opposite limbs moving at the same time, finding the balance. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, sustain, and breathe there. Breathe there. back to center. Inhale and bring your right arm up. Open your chest to the side. Inhale deeply. And exhale. And now threading your right arm below your left arm, resting in your right shoulder, using your left arm above your head. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Connecting your breathing with the pose. The asana is adapting to you, to your story. Let the asana to open, to unfold yourself, what you are feeling. Connect with your breathing and conquer more freedom. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to center. And now bring your left arm up. Inhale deeply. And exhale. It's always about harmony, balance. This society is always focused in doing, into being busy. But that also is an imbalance. Threading your left arm below your right arm, resting in your left shoulder, elongating your right arm above your head. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe at your own pace. Expanding your belly. Expanding your ribcage and exhale. Bringing your navel in. Feel that you're breathing in your lower back too. In your middle and upper back. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Coming back to center. Roll in your toes and entering in downward facing dog. Moving all the weight of your body to the back side. Pointing with your tailbones to the sky. Your head is neutral. Soften your head, walking your heels towards the ground. And just rediscovering yourself in this inversion. If you suffer from high blood pressure, then maybe enter in child pose instead. Coming back to center, we are moving from downward facing dog to high plank. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale. Gaze into the ground. Engage your navel and then step up your right leg and exhale down. Inhale up your left leg and exhale down. Imagine that you are walking in another reality. All the perspective had changed and you're walking now. Coming back to center, moving to outward facing dog, keeping your shoulders away of your ears, chin up, exhale, entering In downward facing dog, walking your heels towards the ground again. Coming back to center. Inhale and bring your right leg up. And exhale, bringing your leg between your shoulders. Inhale up. Exhale. Coming down. Inhale up. And exhale, bending your knee to the side. And you will start to regulate, releasing your back leg. You will start to regulate how you will open your right feet to the side. And here, you can use a block for alternative for pigeon pose. You can be here in your hands, or you can experience all the way in your forearms, or just lengthening and resting in your forehead. Inhale deeply and exhale. Bringing your focus in your right hip. Wherever is your focus is your energy. So focus in the tension areas, and in each exhale, imagine that you're releasing more. That you're switching from resisting to surrendering. Founding the meditation in each movement, the connection between your body, your emotions, your thoughts. That's yoga, union. Work your hands towards yourself, roll in your back toes, and step back in downward facing dog. And just notice the difference from one side to the other side. You can bend your knees, micro bending your knees if you need to. And come back to center. Bringing your navel in, tailbones to the sky. Moving all the weight of your body to the back. Just being here. Downward facing dog can be a resting pose too. Finding the point of inertia. But you don't need to try so hard, you just can be. You just can be. Walk your heels towards the ground again. And then come back to center. Inhale and bring your left leg up. Exhale, bend your knee between your shoulders. Inhale up. Exhale, bend your knee. Inhale up. Exhale, now bending your knee to the opposite side. And releasing the back leg. Here is important to keep your hips in level, so there is no one hip more forward than the other one. And you start to regulate how much open you want to bring your feet to the side. While it's more open, can be more deep. And as an option, you can use a block here for resting your forehead if you are going to be in your forearms. Finding the edge and the point of discomfort, we will bring some yin in this variation. So find the edge where you feel discomfort but not pain. And then when you found it, just be steady. Just don't move anymore so the activity of the muscle ceases. And then you are leaning in the ligaments, in the joints, in the bones. Like a more deep tissue massage that the gravity is doing in yourself. And connect the breathing. Feeling that you're releasing more. Allowing that step by step, your hips is opening more. Allowing the gravity to do the work in your deep tissue. And if your mind wanders, just use the breathing as the key to the door to yourself. Connecting deeply with yourself. Gathering yourself like a laser. Working your hands towards yourself, roll in your toes, and step back in the one facing dog. All the full yoga practice can become in a meditation itself, in each pose that you're entering. Coming back to center, navel in, micro bend your knees, tailbones to the sky, neutral head. Just find a place where you can be in inertia. You just can be there. Sometimes we try so hard to become somebody that we become nobody. You don't need to try so hard to be yourself. You just need to be your expression of yourself. Resting there. Land your knees in the ground. Bring your knees as wide as the mat. Toes together. And you can use a block, or if you don't have a block, you can stack your hands and be the support for your forehead. If you have a lot of space between your hips and your heel, you can use a booster or you can use a block and be there. Just be true to yourself. Connect deeply with yourself. Releasing more. Releasing more. In child pose, this is a very good pose for relax the nervous system. And if you have only 1 minute each day to do this pose, do it before go to sleep, when you wake up. It's a way to gather yourself, to ground yourself. Wind your hands towards yourself. Bring your inner thighs together. And now let's roll up and back. Your shoulders roll up and back. Exhale. Roll up and back. Shake your hands. Shake your elbows. Check it out. And inhale down. Exhale up. Bring it to your heart center, tapping in your thymus. Inhale deeply. And exhale. EFS, tap stimulation, is working with the different acupuncture points of your body. Working with the energy channels. And release the energetic pollution. Just shaking your hands. Something as simple as that. Make a big difference, releasing all the tension that you gather in your fingers, in your hands. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Coming back to center. Use the 2 blocks with you. Bring your knees as width as your hips. So these are my hips. And I will bring my knees as width of my hips. That is a good way to point it. And the first pose, we will do the camel pose in different variations. Camel pose is a heart opener. So we go over our knees in a heart up. And exhale. Open the luminous field. Using your hands in your supine area. Start to bend back. In gentle bend, chin up. And don't overdo. From the balance. Breathe there. Imagine that you're opening your heart. And exhale, sit down in your heels. Inhale up. Rotate your shoulders to the right side and bring your left hand over your right knee, right hand behind. Inhale deeply. And exhale. Inhale deeply. And exhale, grow in your back, grow in your neck, and you are a palm tree. Inhale deeply and exhale. And inhale up. Drop your shoulders away of your ears and exhale to the opposite side. Inhale deeply and exhale. Each movement that you do has the neutralization movement. So it's bringing the balance. Inhale up, go over your knees. And now we use the blocks to the second phase of camel pose. So inhale up, and now landing your hands in the block. You start to open your chest without crunching in your shoulders. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale deeply and exhale. And for come out of the pose, go over your knees and then sit down in your heels. For do a neutralization, what we do is to go over your knees, bring your hips over your knees, and then entering in your forearms, and then start to elongate your arms in puppy pose. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale deeply and exhale. Coming back to center, entering in table, stacking your wrists below your shoulders, your knees below your hips. Step back your right leg and cross over your left leg. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Coming back to center. Inhale and step back your left leg. Cross over your right leg and look over your right shoulder. Inhale deeply and exhale. Finding the balance between the left side, the right side. Finding the balance in how much you do in your day, how much you rest. Finding that balance. And come back to center. Sit down in your heels. Drop up and back your shoulders, up and back. And we will do as an option the last level of the camel pose. So you will bring your right hand in your right heel, left hand in your left heel, and you're starting to press your pelvis forward. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale, exhale. And then coming up, coming over your knees, sitting down, entering child pose, bringing your toes together, landing in your head, in your forehead, or in the block, or in the stack of your hands. Inhale deeply and exhale. Connecting more deeply with your breathing, expanding your belly so you are expanding your lower back at the same time. Navel in and squeeze your genitals and your anus so you are working at the same time with the pelvic floor and releasing after that. Do it at your own pace. Coming back to center, walking your hands towards yourself, bringing your knees together in row pose. Bring the blocks in front of you. We'll enter in downward facing dog again. Walking your heels towards the ground. Bring all the weight of your body to the back side. Tailbone to the sky. Head neutral. And inhale, bring your right leg up. Exhale, bring your right feet between your hands. Keeping lifting your back heel and bending your front knee above your ankle in 90 degrees. Use the blocks for entering high lunge. And notice that your knees are aligned with your hips. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale deeply and exhale. Find your balance. You can also micro bend your back knee if you need to and come up. Inhale up. Exhale, opening your elbows out. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And step forward with the blocks. So you are entering and round up. Balancing back and forward. Bend your knees and connect your thighs with your belly and balancing back and forward. Inhale halfway, lengthening your spine. Gaze into the ground, inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale deeply and exhale. Engage your navel, inhale and step back your right leg, entering in warrior three and stepping back, landing with your lifting your back heel in high lunge. bending your front knee above your ankle. Inhale deeply and exhale. Opening your chest and keeping notice that your knees are aligned with your hips. Inhale deeply, exhale. And when you find your balance, inhale coming up, find your center, and exhale bending your elbows down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Feel that when you're moving your elbows down, you're moving down your shoulders. Inhale up, exhale down. Land your hands in the blocks and step forward in forward fold. Just connecting your thighs with your belly and moving back and forward, rising up your toes and down. So you're releasing the tension that you have in your toes. Inhale halfway, lengthening your spine, gaze into the ground, just being there. And spreading out your toes, so you're feeling like you're rooting to the ground. Inhale, step back your right leg. And when you find a gazing point, bring your left arm forward. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, connecting the movement so you are exiting the pose with the same entrance. You feel the energy. Inhale all the way up. And exhale to your heart. Tapping in your heart center. Inhale deeply and exhale. Release what you're holding. Release what you're holding. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands in your hips. Move forward and back, forward and back. And from the middle point where your pelvis is neutral, so your hips are in balance. Inhale up. Exhale, open your luminous field. Hands looking forward. Entering into Tadasana. Relaxing your head. Moving your jaw side to side. Closing back and draw a beautiful smile to yourself. Engaging your inner thighs. Relaxing your forehead. It's the contrast between the top of the mountain that is soft and the base of the mountain is solid and engaged. Between the yin and the yang. Inhaling up and exhale down to the blocks. Step back your left leg, leaning just in the blocks with the spider fingers. Gaze into the ground. Engage your navel. Bring your right arm forward if it's available for you. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, connecting back, moving at the same time. And going back and forward. In forward fold. Connecting your thighs with your belly. And just balancing back and forward. Realizing your head and saying no and saying yes. Inhale, coming in halfway. Inhale deeply and exhale. Release your kneecaps. Elongate your spine. Gaze into the ground. Being there. Inhale all the way up. Exhale to your heart. Inhale up. Exhale down. All the way down. Step back your right leg. Step back your left leg. Entering downward facing dog. Walking your dog towards the ground. Coming back to center and landing your knees in the ground. Roll in your toes, removing the blanket. Closing your legs behind and rolling all the way in your back. Bring the blocks to the side because you might need to. Bending your knees, bringing your knees towards your chest, and giving a big hug to your knees. Inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale, lift up your head and bring your nose close to your knees. And when you are there, inhale and expand your belly. And exhale, navel in. You're bringing a massage to yourself. Release the head to the ground. Land your feet flat. And now bring your arms in T. Bring your right ankle over your left thigh. And lift up your left foot from the ground. Use your hands in your inner thigh to pull towards you your left knee. Working through the opening of your right hip. Inhale deeply and exhale. Keeping shoulder blades in contact with the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe at your own pace. Move all the structure to your left side, landing in the left side, and opening your arms in T. Inhale deeply, and exhale. Surrendering more. Surrendering your fingers, your hands, your right hip, allowing the gravity to do a massage on you. Allowing yourself to unfold in your reality and in your truth. Finding the balance. Inhale, coming back to center and landing your feet flat to the ground. Open your knees more wide than the mat and then windshield from one side to the opposite side. It's always about neutralizing the previous movement, balancing the previous movement. Inhaling one side. Exhaling the opposite side. And maybe staying in one side that your body's asking, please, more TLC, more attention. You give it back. You listen. You start a communication with yourself. Moving to the opposite side. Coming back to center, bring your knees as swift as your hips. Bring your left ankle over your right thigh. Lift up your right feet. Use your hands to hold your inner thighs and pull towards you your right knee. Inhale deeply and exhale. Breathe at your own pace. Just noticing that when you're resisting, persist. When you are surrendering, just disappear. Just flow. More freedom. Move now the structure to the opposite side, to your right side. Opening your arms in T position, keeping your shoulder blades in contact with the ground. Head neutral. And just breathing there. Just discovering how your breathing moves through your body in this pose. Feeling how your left hip start to open and more space is found. Inhale, bring your navel in and come back to neutral position. Unwrap your legs and bring your knees again wide as the mat. Windshield from one side to the opposite side. From one side to the opposite side. Come back to center. And now we will bend our knees or our hips and lengthening your legs up. Pointing and flexing, pointing and flexing. External rotation. And then bring your legs wide. Use your hands in your inner thighs if you need to. And again, pointing and flexing, pointing and flexing. Bend your knees. Bend your elbows and support with your hands your knees. And feeling the opening there. Inhaling deeply and exhale. Feel that you can surrender in this pose. Releasing, conquering more freedom. Bring your knees together, lengthening out again, and landing slowly to the ground. Maybe finding an edge case where you feel that you are challenging yourself. And then exhale all the way down. Full stretch toward your body. And preparing for entering in Shavasana. Lifting up your chest, bringing your shoulder blades together. And starting to relax all your body to surrender more, to identify the areas of your body that are already surrendered to the floor, and which areas are still resisting, which areas are holding your breath, and start to surrender and release more. Surrendering and release more. Just connecting with your breathing. Feel that your breathing is a way that you are digging in more deeply in your body. Just notice how your breathing is moving from your body, from the steadiness of your body. The breathing becomes the dancer, moving energy from you, surrendering to the silence, finding the balance. That's our path, finding the balance inside ourselves.